see him, it's worth listening to him on it because he's brilliant. Now, a couple of things we did was, one of the things we're interested in was this idea there was a riot commute, and which was that people were travelling a long way to get to the riot. And part of this came as an issue because people were being threatened with eviction if they travelled from one place to another from their council housing. So we thought, well, that's interesting. How are we going to show that? So we were talking about kind of borrowing technology. So what we did was we went to a transport mapping company. And what ITO World do is they work out the most likely routes people are going to get from A to B. Okay, so they think, oh, if you're going from here to here, this is probably the way you're going to do it. Because we didn't have, how were we going to work that out? But what we did have was we had the addresses of where people lived and where people ended up, where they were arrested. So we said to them, well, can you map it? What would it look like? Because we were interested in the idea that, people travel differently to the riots across different places. So this is London, and London is very disparate, right? There are lots of city centres in London. So you can see, you've got South London there, North London. It's very, very different. It's a model. We don't know exactly how people do it, but it's kind of the best way we've got. But in Manchester, very different, because Manchester's got one city centre, and one guy came from 30 miles into the centre of Manchester. People travelled quite a long way. And there you go, that's Manchester. So again, we never, having access to other people that can do this kind of work and then bringing it together with the data we have meant that we could do something which was kind of beyond where we were, I think. This is something it is that thing you were saying of when you're doing this stuff, kind of in a way the world is your team, because there are other people out there who've got different skills that you need. And that you can go to them, and we do that a lot. So often, things like we do with that transport mapping, I'll know there'll be somebody outside who'll have the skills that we need. And what's the point of, somebody inside spending ages kind of learning to do something, somebody outside can just do it. And we're often, a lot of what we're about now is trying to bring people into our journalism, being open about stuff. And this area is just something that really lends itself to that, because there are so many people out there who know more about stuff than we do.